Saturday night in Miami is the site, FIU Stadium, as Miami FC plays host to LA Galaxy 2. Tonight's broadcast is presented by Helbiz. With Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. A chance for both of these teams to vault their way up their respective standings with 3 points tonight. And we start things off in the Eastern Conference, where Miami's level on points with Indy 11. That is the last playoff spot. They do have a few more games played, so 3 points tonight will be important for the home side. As for the road team, LA Galaxy 2, a chance for them to vault up to 8th spot tonight with 3 points. This is their first time taking on Miami FC. And speaking of Miami FC, they have really spread the scoring around so far this season.
And you just see how much talent that Anthony Pulis has on his roster. But really something that sticks out to me is Kyle Murphy. Obviously the scores that he had last year, how many goals he had, how much attacking presence he had. Hasn't had the same form since coming over from Miami FC, so it's a good opportunity for that man right there to get on the scoring sheet. We can just see how much talent Anthony Pulis has.
He scored 20 goals last year for Memphis, but the new man in town, Joaquin Rivas, on loan from FC Tulsa. Sion McFarland going the other way.
And you love to see Joaquin Rivas just come into Miami FC. I think he's going to be an extreme focal point in the attacking unit for Anthony Pulis. Can get on the end of things, can score goals, can create goals, good left foot. So look for him to slot in underneath Kyle Murphy, have a good relationship, and we'll see he's going to be a big focal point here tonight for Miami FC going forward.
Well, on the other side, Preston Judd, recently the player of the week, coming off a hat trick, and he just continues to score every year in this league.
And one thing that really just sticks out to me off Preston Judd is just his clever movement, the spaces that he picks up, you can see there. Uses to run, Alexis shoot, clean finisher. And LA Galaxy 2 has a chance to walk out of here with 3 points. You know Preston Judd is going to have his name and make his impact felt here tonight.
Of course, he will be in the starting 11 tonight for Yohan Dame and Los Dos as they come all the way east once again this season. We are building you up to First Kick. It's Miami FC, LA Galaxy 2. Tonight's match is presented by Helbiz. Lineups and First Kick on the other side.
Some people think Miami is just flamingos and palm trees.
And hell yes, we have badass sunsets.
But Miami's Little Havana,
Doral,
Little Haiti,
Hialeah,
Wynwood, Coconut Grove,
Kendall,
Calle Ocho, Sweetwater, Homestead,
cortaditos y coladas
empanadas y croquetas.
is so much more. This is the 305.
This is who we really are. This is what we are all about.
I am Latino.
I'm a disruptor.
I am LGBTQ.
I am a villain.
I am a mother.
I am Haitian.
I am an athlete.
I am an activist.
I am a king.
I am American Dream.
I am the future.
I am
Miami FC.
Tonight's match is presented in part by Helbiz, Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, Macron, and Broadmax Networks. A look at our starting lineups tonight. We will start with Miami FC. They are presented by Helbiz. Here is the 11 for Anthony Pulis.
And you look at the middle five: Speedy Williams, Florian Valleau, Othello Ball, Joaquin Rivas, the new man on the block, is going to slot in right underneath Kyle Murphy, and then Joshua Perez on the right-hand side. But looking for Murphy and Rivas, the understanding between those two, the combination between those two needs to be pointed on, asking a lot of questions of LA Galaxy 2 and their defensive unit.
And on the other side for Yohan Dame, you look at that back line, and it is Harvey slotting as one of those two center backs tonight.
And it's a 4-4-2 by trade. I'm really looking at Preston Judd and Mike Salazar. The two striking pair need to play off of each other. Judd can go behind, can come to feet. Mike Salazar needs to come underneath him and have that support system. You know, Jirac on this left back position gets up and down, same as Owen Lamb. So it's a really attacking-minded, really strong starting 11 for Yohan Dame and LA Galaxy 2.
We are just about set to go. A very warm night here in Miami. There was some weather that came through the area earlier today, but it looks like we should be okay for kickoff here tonight. Temperatures in the mid-80s, and of course, that Florida summer humidity. There is our referee. It is Eric Tattersall tonight, experienced across the USL Championship. It is Miami in those blue tops, Los Dos in all white. As we are just about set to go. Another East versus West showdown. Miami FC hasn't won at home in their last 6 games. They're 2-3-4 total. As we get this one underway, Miami FC and LA Galaxy 2 for the first time ever. And we'll see what transpires over these 90 minutes, but it's two teams, I guess, looking for a bit of a jolt to their season. Miami FC, and basically call them 500, 5-5-6. As for Los Dos, 6-8-3. But both teams currently come into this game below the playoff line, but 3 points could do a lot of good for both their playoff hopes.
And you're looking at Miami FC, they're playing at home, don't have to deal with the travel. An opportunity here to springboard your attack, to keep climbing up that Eastern Conference. So you know Anthony Pulis talking really confident in the way that his team has been playing. Good parts in games, but obviously always room for improvement. So expect them to come out on the front foot and ask questions, and ask a lot of questions of LA Galaxy 2.
It's been a couple of weeks since Miami has taken to the field. Last time out was that 2-1 loss at the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Othello Ball scoring the lone goal, but as Anthony Pulis said, tough in the way that they conceded the 2 goals. It was an own goal and a penalty that did them in against the Rowdies a couple weeks back, but they've had a couple of weeks now to rest. They should be pretty much at full strength when you look at the starting 11 tonight. We'll see if they can get back on track and in the win column again. Winless over their last 4 games and only 1 win over their last 8.
And you look in the middle of the field, Florian Valleau, Speedy Williams going to be the dictate tempo, put their foot on the ball, spread this game out, move the ball from left to right, open up gaps in between this LA Galaxy defensive unit. A lot of movement between Josh Perez, Joaquin Rivas. Look for Rivas to come inside, Josh Perez to come inside. Both left-footed by trait. Give that support system to Kyle Murphy.
There is Rivas floating this in. Will fall through for Othello Ball. Ball with the shot, and is pushed aside. Richard Sanchez, first save of the night. It'll be the game's first corner kick now.
And already Rivas getting involved on this right-hand side. Good interchange between him and Mark Segsbergs. Put this ball in, falls nicely to Othello Ball. Creates his own space, uses the run of Stanley, and then hits his laces through, but in the end, good save there from Rich Sanchez.
Valleau will stand over this corner kick for Miami. At first, a little bit of jostling before the corner. Valleau a chance to retie his shoe. Valleau will serve it in, and it's right at Carlos Harvey who gets this clear. Perez keeps it in. Valleau back for Perez. The cross to the back post. Chapman Page was still there, and his header was just wide of that post.
And one thing that really stood out to our talk with Anthony Pulis this week, Josh, was that how focused he was on set pieces. Said they needed to be a lot better. You can see already here, within 10 minutes of this first half, putting ball into dangerous areas. They have a size advantage with Callum Chapman-Page as well as Paco Craig. You know they're going to put balls in dangerous areas and ask questions and really cause a bit of chaos right in front of Richard Sanchez.
As for this Los Dos side, last time out, 2-0 loss against Sacramento Republic. Tough week for the whole LA Galaxy organization against Sacramento Republic. They did lose that one 2-0. They are 1-1-1 against the Eastern Conference so far in 2022. Sanchez comes well off his line. It's a big win against Loose City. 4-3 was the final score. And maybe a chance in on goal here. And this will be pulled back. Paco Craig might be in some trouble. It is a yellow card. Preston Judd thought he was clearing on goal.
Nervy moments for Miami FC in their back line. Starts with the undisciplined, trying to pass back from Speedy Williams. Preston Judd gets the best of Paco Craig. And I'll tell you what, I think Paco is very lucky not to see a different color there. Last man, Preston Judd is in behind. You can see hands all over him, brings him down. There is an argument to see the color red if you're an LA Galaxy fan. I mean, it's extremely lucky to stay on the field. Good opportunity here for LA Galaxy to ask questions, test Connor Sparrow already.
Well, this set piece will be just outside the area. Looked like there were a couple defenders maybe even with that challenge, but really close margins. Will be a set piece opportunity here coming for Los Dos. Josh Drack standing around this. Dangerous left foot. It might favor his left foot here. So he looks to be the only one around this. Drack strides up and Drack scores! Top shelf! LA Galaxy 2-strike first. A brilliant set piece for the left back for Los Dos. It's 1-0.
And you called it, Josh. Favors his left foot, and he makes no mistake about it. Good distance to put it up and over the wall. A lot of English, a lot of pace. There's nothing that Connor Sparrow can do. Can't get there quick enough, and we'll see back to foul. Really lucky Paco Craig does not see red. Preston Judd is so clever in his movement. And what a view this is. Up and over the wall. Takes a lot of technique, a lot of power, a lot of whip on this ball. And gives LA Galaxy 2 a dream start here in Miami, 1-0 in the first 10 minutes.
A brilliant free kick, and Josh Drack gets his first goal of the season, the 22-year-old out of Chandler, Arizona. Scored 2 goals last year, assisted 9, but that's his first goal contribution so far in 2022. Another bright young player for this Los Dos side, and he stepped up. There was nobody else around it. He said, I'm taking this, and he buried it. So how does Miami respond? Perez closed down by Liam Doyle, the experienced center back.
And you have to think it comes from the uncharacteristic turnover there from Speedy Williams. Thinks he has a bit more time than he does. Tries to be a bit too casual in the middle of the field, trying to flick it back to his goalkeeper. See how opportunistic Preston Judd is. The spaces that he picks up, always playing off the shoulder of outside backs and center backs as well. And gets it better there. Paco Craig results in a goal for LA Galaxy 2. Johan Dame has to be extremely happy with this boy's start on the road.
And now space to work upfield, and Preston Judd was nearly played in. But Velo takes it back, and now it's Rivas, and he's dispossessed. Now it's Cabral.
Go to the ball!
Well, Anthony Pulis did talk about this week when this Miami team is playing from in front, how they've given up a few leads against Pittsburgh and Indy 11, especially at home over the last few weeks. And I guess that won't be an issue here tonight, at least to start things off, as Dunbar has space. Going up against Segberge, the cross comes centrally, falls all the way through, this deflects in! Los Dos with 2 early goals. Michael Salazar off the deflection. And LA Galaxy 2 are flying in Miami.
What a start this is for LA Galaxy 2. Just a little bit of movement and interchange on this left-hand side. Dunbar puts a nice ball in to his 18-yard box, and Salazar makes no mistakes about it. Head down, chest down, laces through the ball. Technique finish, takes a little deflection, yes. Catches Connor Sparrow flat-footed. Top of the goal, top of the roof. 2-0 LA Galaxy. And there's so much talk about this LA Galaxy 2, just the movement within the middle of the field, whether it's Remy Cabral, Adrian Gonzalez, Hamza Barry, Cam Dunbar. The movement, the fluidity, creating space, playing off of each other, just so high level IQ for Johan Damay and his boys. Pulling players out of position, moving for each other. 10 minutes in, 2 goals.
So Michael Salazar gets his 4th goal of the season, his first year with the club. And this has become a big problem early on for Miami FC. Salazar and Drac, the 2 goal scorers. It did take that deflection off of Aiden Stanley. But for this Miami side that is tied for the most clean sheets, well, at least coming into the day, with Lou City with 7, Lou City now with 8 after their 2-0 win over Hartford earlier today. But they're only 20th in goals scored. And we were talking with Anthony Pulis about the attack. We showed you in the open how many different goal scorers they've had. But I asked him, are you worried that there hasn't been kind of one main goal scorer? And he says there's no doubt that we need to get things going in that department. And I guess tonight's a good place to start.
And I think that's why you go out and get a player like Joaquin Rivas, a player that can create something out of nothing, is very comfortable playing in those pockets, those half turns. It was to get the ball, run at defenses, make them make decisions. So his play here tonight, the movement between him and Josh Perez underneath Kyle Murphy to play that support system. You go out and get Kyle Murphy, the season that he has last year, he needs to recapture that form.
Well, Miami trying to answer back, put in front. The rebound is cleared away. Murphy was sliding in. And Miami will go again. Here's Velo. Joshua Perez. And Velo is deemed to have committed that foul. He doesn't agree with it, neither do the fans.
It's good build-up on this left-hand side for Miami FC. Good run from Othello Ball. Good pick out from Florian Velo. And if you're Kyle Murphy, you're going to want this one back. Just a little bit more effort. You have good positioning between Liam Doyle and Josh Drac. The ball is just a bit too overhit from Othello Ball. And just see how explosive this Miami FC side is. The movement, the direct running of Othello Ball, creating problems on that right-hand side. Bowen Lamb and Carlos Harvey for LA Galaxy 2.
It's 2 goals for LA Galaxy 2 in the opening 15 minutes. They have now scored 7 goals in the first quarter of an hour of games. That's more than any other team in the USL Championship. So if you're not ready to go right from the get-go, it's going to be a long way back. And tonight for Miami FC, that's exactly what they have. And here is Perez. Cut it back for Speedy Williams. Joaquin Rivas, his first game for Miami FC. Speedy Williams able to keep it. Velo, and it's a giveaway. Looking for Preston Judd. Sparrow comes well off his line. Another collision, and the referee will blow for a free kick. And this is going to be an intriguing decision. Paco Craig getting tangled up again. And you know what the argument is from LA Galaxy 2.
And it just comes from the effort, the movement of Preston Judd. Really putting this Miami FC back line in uncomfortable positionings. I don't think there's enough there to see a second yellow there from Paco Craig. But it has to be a wake-up call if you're Anthony Pulis and the boys. It's far too casual in the attacking half and on the defensive half. We'll take a look at it here. It is coming together. It is a foul. But I don't think there is any ill will there from Paco Craig to get that second yellow, to see red. It's been a very casual start for the boys in blue.
Hamza Berry, who stands over this set piece. Berry will swing this in. Aiden Stanley gets it clear. There's Gonzalez. Playing through the lines, Cabral. Pass off the mark, and Miami will look upfield again. Joshua Perez, chance to start this counterattack. All the way to the far side for Othello Ba. And this lost out of play.
When you take a look at your screen right there, it was only 3 players from Miami FC getting into the box. It is Othello Ball, Josh Perez, and Kyle Murphy. You're not going to score many goals, but you don't have numbers committed to make those runs into dangerous areas. Obviously, it doesn't come off there. Just the mentality to get on the end of things, to score goals. It's been lacking and really not the same for Miami FC. You look at the other way, LA Galaxy too, there's the way that they play, the commitment they put to numbers forward, whether it's Cameron Dunbar, Preston Judd, Mike Salazar. They like to run in numbers, play off of each other. It's been a big difference in the attacking units 15 minutes in for both teams.
Below, all the way back to Connor Sparrow. Now here's Aiden Stanley. Stanley cuts it in field, finds Perez, who keeps it moving for Rivas. Joaquin Rivas is cross bouncing in front, and it's put home. Miami pull one back. It's Kyle Murphy. Could that be the start of a good run of form here for Murphy? In the meantime, it's 2-1.
We're only 16 minutes in, but just a pocket play for Miami FC has been the recipe for success, moving off of each other. Josh Perez finds a little soft spot in front of that back line. If you're Owen Lamb, you can't, unable to step up. Fortunate bounce for Kyle Murphy, but he makes no mistake about it. That's why you go in, get Joaquin Rivas, his 1v1 ability. Create something out of nothing. Drac thinks he's gonna go to his left-hand side. It goes to his right-hand side. Liam Doyle unable to clear it cleanly enough. And Kyle Murphy, like a striker, so active in the box, falls nicely to him and just roofs it. There's nothing that Richard Sanchez can do. 2-1. It's be really interesting to see what that goal does for Kyle Murphy and his confidence and the mentality going forward for this Miami FC side.
His third goal this season. We've had an explosion of goals in the opening 16 minutes. You definitely felt like the next goal in the game had to be for Miami. They got it. Joaquin Rivas won't get credit for that assist. There's no doubt he started that play and that move for Miami. And they now trail by just 1. It's Rivas again. He'll go for the curler, just trying to throw something towards goal. And taken by Sanchez. Can settle things down for just a moment.
You're like Galaxy too. You need to be able to figure out your defensive shape in the middle third. Lauren Velo is getting on the ball right in front of that back line and picking you apart.
Here's Velo, taken down, free kick. Hamza Berry getting caught there defensively. Chance for Miami to lift one into the area.
And again, it's just a relationship between Florian Velo and Speedy Williams. When one sits, one's able to roam. Speedy Williams goes up, puts this ball into the path of Velo. It's a bit quicker there from Hamza Barry. It's a good opportunity for Miami FC. Set piece opportunity to put this ball in a dangerous situation. Cause a bit of chaos in front of Sanchez.
Looks like Velo and Stanley are around this dead ball.
Are still on sale, including half-season and flex plan memberships. Visit Football 305 booths located in the North Concourse to next to section 132.
Here's Velo. He'll run away. It's Stanley to serve it in. Headed away. Still a chance. Speedy Williams motoring forward. Cuts it back. Paco Craig. Deflected into the air, and it will be a foul to end the threat.
You just hear Johan Deme just yelling at his midfield line. There's too many gaps opening up. Whether it's Adrian Gonzalez and Hamza Barry, had to have a good relationship as that security blanket in front of their back line. If players run into those pockets, you have to have a lot of communication. You know, to pull players with them, run, see how effective a Velo ball is coming into the pocket. Florian Velo, the vision that he has, it's been troublesome for LA Galaxy and their defensive units. You can just see Josh Perez and Callum Murphy as well moving together. You need to clean up. You're going to get hurt against this Miami FC side.
Here's Rivas. Segber's on the overlap. Rivas will come back centrally for Velo. Here's Ba. Stanley deflecting towards Sanchez. When we talked with Anthony Pulis this week about Los Dos, he said very well organized, well coached team. And he said it's hard to predict how they'll set up. And he also went on to say that they probably should have won a few of their last 3 games. They put in some good performances, but he does make a good point. They've set up in so many different formations this year. A 4-4-2 twice, a 4-3-3, which is kind of their base formation. They've also set up in a 3-back on 5 different occasions, all according to Football Reference. But this team, a very well-schooled team. Sometimes you see those fullbacks kind of invert. There's so much going on with this Los Dos side. And for tactical minds, it's going to be a pretty fun team.
Well, if you look at Remy Cabral, obviously starts in the middle of the field next to Hamza Barry. We've seen him drift off to this left-hand side. Now Adrian Gonzalez drops down. Has that 2 pivot players. You have Mike Salazar, Cam Dunbar as well. Just so much movement, interchange. Just so much interchange for LA Galaxy 2. Makes it really hard to defend and, like you said, really set up and know what they're going to do. High-level IQ from Johan Deme and his boys.
Here's Barry, charging through the middle now. Trying to switch the point of attack for Dunbar. Segbers was there to cover it. Trying to play this through again. That avenue was closed down. It's Florian Velo now. He is chopped down. Looks like the referee reaching into his pocket. This will be a yellow card, and that will go to Cabral.
It's been a bright spot for Miami FC. Florian Velo winning his battles in the middle third, creating goal opportunities.
Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice.
Fans, remember to check out the Miami FC beer garden behind the West Coast. Sample great local brews from around the 305, including World of Beer,
Doyle, Los Dos will look to build out here. If you joined us late, you've missed quite a bit in the early going. 2 goals in the opening 9 minutes for Los Dos, then 7 minutes after the second one for LA Galaxy 2. It was Kyle Murphy to find his first goal in quite some time for this Miami side. He's up to now 3 goals on the season, as this Miami FC attack tries to get kick-started here about midway through this season. Sitting right on that playoff line, level on points coming into the night with Indy 11 for that 7th spot, but they currently sit in 8th on goal difference. Rivas. It'll be a throw in to Miami FC. Joaquin Rivas, of course, spent a couple of years with Anthony Pulis at St. Louis FC. 2019-2020, Rivas spent with STL and now reunited here after about a season and a half back with FC Tulsa, as now it's Othello Baugh, but he's in an offside position.
And as Miami FC attacks, Othello Baugh likes to pinch in off that left-hand side in that pocket, right behind the midfield line, in front of the back line of Los Dos. Good player like Callum Chapman-Page that has the ability to pick up his head, break a couple lines with the ball. Not the first time that he's done that. Really good passage of play for Miami FC. Obviously a bit too eager to get on the end of it. Those are the way you're gonna break down this LA Galaxy 2 side. Crisp passing, breaking lines, playing forward, and a lot of movement to come after it.
We can go harder.
There's no doubt since that opening 16 minutes, this game has slowed down just a little bit. It didn't feel like we could keep up that tempo from the start. I'm curious to see where we go from here. Miami has been so good defensively this year. Came into the day with the most clean sheets in the league. Now just one behind Lou City after theirs earlier today.
And so interesting for Los Dos, tactically, the way that they build out. When they defend, they have a line of 4. When they build out, they have a line of 3. Owen Lamb comes next to Hamza Barry as that pivot player. You can see number 47 on top of your screen, shifting out to the right-hand side. Just keep an eye on him as they build out. Pinches up as a sitting player. It gives it freedom for Adrian Gonzalez to push up and high. Those little things make it a nightmare to defend. The movement within the midfield. How fluid it is for LA Galaxy.
Maybe something here for Los Dos. Cabral making the run. We'll get onto this. Egbers right there defensively. Dunbar's in plenty of space. Just couldn't get the ball to him, but it will be a corner kick for LA.
And when you have that movement, really opens up gaps for players to springboard into the attacking half. Obviously, Preston Judd peels out to the right-hand side. Remy Cabral comes in from late. Really put the pressure on this back line for Miami FC and wins a corner kick. There's so many players, so many talented players for Los Dos. So many ways that they can hurt you.
Cabral ready to serve this in. He'll play it short. Gonzalez. And LA Galaxy 2 will reset. Hamza Berry now. Well, two playoff hopefuls meet in the Alamo City as San Antonio FC welcomes FC Tulsa to town. Don't miss a minute of the action Tuesday, June 28th, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. 4 games on ESPN networks over 16 days in the USL. Great time of year to showcase this league. All the way back to Sparrow. Closing on the half-hour mark. First time these two teams are ever facing off. And for Miami FC, when they take on teams from the West, they have not had almost any success. Last year, a loss against RGV and a draw against Austin Bold. This year, 3 losses against San Antonio, Phoenix, and Colorado Springs. So they don't have a win over the Western Conference, but this is lifted in. Another chance headed centrally, bouncing through. Who will get there? Rivas tried to keep it alive. Segbers does as well. It's a throw in a Los Dos.
And then we talked about LA Galaxy 2's movement and interchange in the middle of the field. The left-hand side for Miami FC has done tremendously between Aiden Stanley and Othello Ball. Good ball in. Rivas unable to get his head on it. Comes a bit too quick, unable to get his feet underneath him as well. But good play and good attack for Miami FC on that left-hand side where Aiden Stanley pushes out a bit wide. Othello Ball comes into the pocket, asking a lot of questions. And a nightmare for Owen Lamb when you have those two talented players running at you.
Here's Rivas, the El Salvador international. Just coming off international duty during the last FIFA window.
When you have that overload on that left-hand side between Othello Ball and Aiden Stanley, for Owen Lamb, you need to have that communication for a player like Hamza Berry or Carlos Harvey to shift over as well to make it a 2v2 game. Something that's been lacking for LA Galaxy 2. You see the success for Miami on that side. It's been a result for that.
That pass just off the mark. The shots in favor of Miami so far, so are the expected goals. LA Galaxy 2 at just 0.19, even though they've scored twice. Second goal was a deflection. The first one was from a set piece. And that kind of goes to the point that Anthony Pulis was talking about and just shows the randomness of this sport at times. And that he thinks his team has put in good performances, as they're not a million miles away, and yet they're still, as things stand coming into the night, below the playoff line and just looking for things to go their way.
In between.
And it's a part of the growth within a season. It's when you're able to turn those results or performances into results. Obviously, this sport is a result-driven business, and they have the talent. They just need to make it right. I think the goal for Kyle Murphy is going to do tremendous things for Miami FC in their attacking unit. The confidence that's going to come in between him, Joaquin Rivas, and the ball, have a good relationship. Obviously, Josh Perez plays underneath them. Understanding as they play together, the movement is going to be just getting a lot better.
Another foul. This time Josh Perez getting stuck in on Hamza Berry. little bit of pressure from Miami, and it pays off. Rivas. Now Perez. Williams moves it along for Othello Baugh. It's poked away. Counter press wins it right back for Miami. And here is Aiden Stanley. Now for Othello Baugh. His cross comes in. Murphy was up for it, but Doyle got his head there first. Segbers up over the top, headed centrally. Murphy just got a foot to that, but there was a deflection on the way out. It's a corner kick. This is much better from Kyle Murphy tonight.
When you have a player underneath you like Josh Perez that has the ability to make those darting runs from deep, causes all sorts of problems for any defensive opposition. Give credit to Liam Doyle and Carlos Harvey, who move together. So what that falls extremely nicely for Kyle Murphy, who's been extremely active, especially in that 18-yard box, is what you want from a striker.
Aiden Stanley standing over this for Miami FC. Stanley serves it in. Flicked header from Florian Villot ends up bouncing out of play. Sent all the way out of play, gets a cheer there from the crowd. Both these teams just looking to get back on track at the moment. Miami winless in their last 4. It's 2-2-1 over the last 5 though for Los Dos. As Villot takes a drive, spilled in front, and Sanchez just got there in time. A double save there from Sanchez.
Been extremely active. Florian Villot, credit to Joaquin Rivas, doing the dirty side of the ball as well, forcing turnovers in dangerous areas. And yet it is really good goalkeeping from Richard Sanchez to come up big, cover his own rebound, get there before Kyle Murphy. Florian Villot is having a lot of success in those pockets. Right on top of that 18-yard box between lines. Hits it extremely well with his left foot, has the technical ability. Comes a point in time if you're LA Galaxy too, you have to have the relationship between your midfield line and your back line to clog that middle. It's far too easy for Miami FC. They have too much talent and they will hurt you eventually. So you're looking at players like Liam Doyle, Carlos Harvey, to talk to Hamza Barry, Adrian Gonzalez, to drop down a little bit more. Not to have too much space between lines for players like Josh Perez, Florian Villot to really flourish.
Cabral down the line for Dunbar. Oh, a little skill there from Segbers. It might spring Miami FC forward. Perez, Villot. Miami able to work themselves out of a bit of trouble. Segbers. Can hear the instructions from Anthony Pulis. Trying to urge his team on. There's Villot. Long spell of possession here for Miami. What can they make of it? 7 minutes before halftime. Paco Craig. Now it's Aiden Stanley. And his cross comes in, just too tall. Bouncing out of play.
A lot better for Miami FC. As they're getting their footing into this game. You can see the confidence growing, the tempo at which they are playing. Very good, very clean and crisp passing. Just lacking that final action, whether it's a little combination play, getting on the end of a cross. They're having a lot of success with their passing between lines. You just feel the momentum turning in the favor of Miami FC after those 2 early goals.
Slid ahead, Doyle's there to cover. And this will run out of play. And this Los Dos side has conceded multiple goals in their last 3 and in 4 of the last 5 as well. A team that hasn't been too strong defensively, so if you're a Miami FC fan, I guess you can look at that set and say, all right, the goal could be coming at some point in this one. But of course, then you look at Miami, a team that has struggled in the goal-scoring department and has mostly been hanging their hat on the defensive end so far. We talk about that brilliant start as we'll look back at this last foul.
A bit too eager. Aiden Stanley just coming through the back of Mike Salazar. It is a foul. Really no argument there. There's no need to really jump into that. He's facing his own goal, going away. Just force him into numbers, create a turnover.
And speaking about that start again for Los Dos, it's been 30 minutes since they have attempted their last shot. They had all those chances early on. They were able to score twice. They only do have 3 shots in this game. 2 of them have found target, and of course 2 of them have gone in the back of the net. Trying to switch the point of attack again. Dunbar dropping a lot deeper. And Cabral just trying to spring out Preston Judd. Not a whole lot touches for him. Gets around the defender. Judd going for goal. Cabral was making the run through the middle. And that shot nowhere near target.
And it's a sign of a good striker. He doesn't need to see the ball very often, but when he does, it's very dangerous. Him and Paco Craig has been going at it all first half. Gets the better of Paco Craig there. Just a bit too eager. You can see Remy Cabral making that run, trailing run a bit late. He sees him, elects to go for the shot, just pulls it far too wide. You can just see how dangerous Preston Judd is.
And back the other way, it was Doyle getting tangled up with Joshua Perez.
And it's good effort there from Joshua Perez, getting the better of Liam Doyle. It's a good opportunity here for Miami FC in a good position to dump this ball in a dangerous area. You have a player like Florian Velo, Aiden Stanley that has a quality on the right and left foot respectively, aiming for right between that 18-yard box, excuse me, that 6-yard box in the penalty spot.
This will be Velo to serve it in. Towards that near post, a big save. Did that go past the line? What's the decision? Chapman Page thought he scored. Oh boy, that's going to be an interesting look when we get a chance. And now it's a foul. Judd goes down, will give us a chance. If not, a brilliant save from Sanchez, but Miami convinced they scored.
Good ball in from Florian Velo. We'll take a look at it here. Yeah, I think that is over the line. I think Chapman Page just has a very good argument. It should be 2-2. That ball goes over the line. I think clearly on the thigh of Richard Sanchez. You can see the frustration from the big center back from Miami FC. If you're like Galaxy 2, you get away with the one right before halftime. nervy moments. Really interesting. As we talked to Anthony Pulis before this game, said set pieces were going to be extremely careful and important in this match. Almost get that second goal there.
And there will be a yellow card on Mark Segbers. It may have been for that challenge on Preston Judd. But there's no way that Richard Sanchez bats it onto the post if it didn't go past the line.
No, it's I think when he hits it, it's over the line. Obviously hits the post and hits his inner thigh. I think at those two obviously points, we don't have the luxury of VAR and USL Championship. For LA Galaxy, you're able to take a deep breath. Hopefully walk into halftime or goal up. Unable to see, you're able to steal another one here.
Well, no doubt a big talking point as we close in on halftime. And now it's a set piece opportunity. It will be Owen Lamb standing over it. Floated in. Falls for Doyle, and Murphy gets it out.
Your attention, please. The yellow card has been issued to Miami FC's number 96, Mark Segbers, for the 44th minute.
2 minutes added on at the end of this first half.
There will be 2 minutes of added stoppage time.
Gonzalez gets the return from Cabral, now looks infield. Cross comes in, there was no white shirt in the area. Lamb over the top for Cabral. Good motor there on Dunbar to keep this play alive. Finds Gonzalez. Dunbar gets it right back. 3 goals and 2 assists this year for Cameron Dunbar. And Segbers has that play to perfection. Already 5 saves for Richard Sanchez. And the last time Los Dos got a road win, or the only time they got a road win this year, was a 5-save shutout from Eric Lopez, who's on the bench tonight at goalkeeper. That was a 1-0 win. Preston Judd scored back on June the 4th. A fall for Segbers. Good little move, finds more space. Segbers saved again there by Sanchez. Now Perez, and deflects out of play. Corner kick, and it looks like there will be enough time to take it.
And as this half has gone on, Mark Segbers has really found his footing. Good bit of interplay on this right-hand side. Good bit of skill as well. Results in a corner kick. Again, when you have those players that are inverted wingers, Jose Leba on the left-hand side, Joaquin Rivas on this right-hand side, leaves a lot of real estate for your outside backs to come across. It's another opportunity here for Aiden Stanley. Put this ball in a dangerous area and see what happens.
Stanley serves to the back post. It's headed down, and Sanchez claims it. Should bring us to halftime. And there is the whistle to send us to the 15-minute intermission. Well, Los Dos raced out to an early lead. Miami thought they had an equalizer, a little bit of controversy and some conversation heading into the locker room.
It has to be frustration for Miami FC. The way that you started this game, especially, should be a bit better not to concede 2 goals so early. The response was good from Anthony Pulis and his boys. Should be 2-2, but for LA Galaxy 2, you need to get Preston Judd a bit more involved. Him and Mike Salazar, after those first 2 goals, have been a bit quiet. Seen Remy Cabral Cam Dunbar to come alive a bit and play those four-man games that we've seen from LA Galaxy. So also play for this next 45 minutes.
An interesting first half here in Miami. 2 early goals from LA Galaxy 2. And then it was Miami to cut that deficit in half. They thought they had an equalizer. It wasn't meant to be. We'll see what the second half brings, but it's halftime here. Miami 1, LA Galaxy 2.
Policy is subject to ejection and possible arrest.
I am determined.
I am a dreamer.
I am a Jamaican.
I am Peruano.
I am Italian.
I am relentless.
I am an animal. I am French.
I am Agate Diamond.
I am resilient.
Welcome back to halftime. This halftime brought to you by Macron. Shop the new 305 in La Ciudad Macron kits at MiamiFC.com. Well, a big week in the U.S. Open Cup, and for USL Championship side Sacramento Republic going on the road against LA Galaxy and coming out with the victory. And the goal scoring got started early in the 4th minute. Martinez to Roro Lopez.
And it's just such a well-worked goal for the Sacramento attacking unit. You can see the movement between Martinez, Rodriguez, Keko. Not even a no-look pass. And Martinez off to the races, peels off. You can see the movement from Rodriguez, just peels off, and then back of the net. What a goal that is for Sacramento Republic to start this game off.
So they got that goal in the 4th minute. Beautiful finish there by Roro Lopez and got the scoring started. He's been great in this competition, but then it would be an own goal that would pull it back level.
And you can just see Efrain Alvarez just puts the ball in a dangerous position. Obviously, it's very unlucky for Connor Donovan. Look no further again. Luis Felipe makes no mistake about this one. And back off a little bit, takes the space, and just puts his laces through the ball. Yes, the goalkeeping could and should be better, but Sacramento Republic won't ask any questions as they march on to the semifinal of the U.S. Open Cup.
The goals coming in the 4th minute, the 18th minute, and this one in the 70th minute. Sacramento able to hold on, and they will be hosting Sporting Kansas City at the end of July in the U.S. Open Cup semifinal. So congrats to Mark Briggs and the entire Sacramento Republic side, the scenes there at postgame. So it is halftime here from Miami, Miami FC and LA Galaxy 2. The second half is coming up.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
I'm on that real team. I'm on that real team.
San Antonio FC has leveled at 1. Puts it in! San Antonio FC opens their account.
What a save for! He kept it out!
FC Tulsa do get on the score sheet. Tyrion, well, shot comes fired in, and it's curled into the back of the net. And a shot and a goal! Joaquin Rivas!
Halftime rolls on. Halftime is brought to you by Macron. Shop the new 305 at La Ciudad Macron kits at MiamiFC.com. News and notes from around the USL Championship, the last weekend of Pride Month here in June. Check out uslsoccer.com/foreverproud. We talked about Sacramento Republic, and how about Indy 11 getting a new stadium? That's going to be a beautiful complex.
It's going to be amazing for the growth of this league, and congrats to Indy 11, obviously. Looking forward to 2025.
And they get that site just south of downtown in Victory Park there in downtown Indianapolis. And of course, the team of the week is led by the player of the week. That is Preston Judd. He just continues to score goals for this team.
He's a big part of what LA Galaxy 2 is trying to do. You can see well-deserved player of the week. Obviously, so much talent on this team of the week. And we go back and forth. I always think there has to be a team of the week on the Western Conference and then on the Eastern Conference. We can just see how much talent there is on this list right now.
And of course, coming off 17 goals in 2021. What is to come on ESPN? Well, of course, there was the big game today with Hartford and Louisville. Next up, San Antonio and Tulsa, but there are some good fixtures coming down the pike here.
And I'm looking at the Colorado Springs Switchbacks and San Diego Loyal game. What a match that's going to be. So much fire, attacking power there. So good football. Obviously, you look one down. Lou City, Phoenix Rising. We know that one now one's all about. So looking forward to that one as well.
We'll see how Phoenix is doing at that point in the season. They have lost 4 on the trot. But we are building up to the second half here from Miami. It's Miami FC and Los Dos. The second half is coming up next.
determined.
I am a dreamer.
I am a Jamaican.
I am peruano.
I am Italian.
I am relentless.
I am an animal. I am French.
I get the diamond.
I am resilient.
Tonight's match is presented in part by Helbiz, Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, and Macron. Tonight's halftime highlights brought to you by Helbiz Live, Miami FC, Los Dos. We start things off 6th minute, and I think nervy moments for Paco Craig.
Very nervy moments for Paco Craig. I think he's extremely lucky not to see a different color there. There's no colors needed there. It's just a well-taken free kick there from Josh Drack. Up and over the wall. Nothing Connor Sparrow can do. And then this is when LA Galaxy 2 is at their best. This is interchanging the movement within the middle third. Cameron Dunbar, who starts in the middle, peels off to the left-hand side. And then it's the strike partner of Preston Judd, Mike Salazar. Technique in the way that he hits us. Obviously, you can see Owen Lamb trailing runner, but again, takes a little deflection. Top of the roof of Connor Sparrow, 2-0 LA Galaxy 2.
And the goals would keep coming, 16th minute, and Kyle Murphy would pull one back for Miami.
And it starts on the left-hand side all the way to the right-hand side. Little magic 1v1 play from Joaquin Rivas. We see him time and time again. He goes left-footed. This time he goes to the right. Owen Lamb is Liam Doyle is unable to clear it. Falls strictly nice for Kyle Murphy to get his third on the year.
And then Miami would start to get their shot total up, but Richard Sanchez was up to the task on a few occasions.
And then Miami really got their footing, their confidence after waking up, going down 2-0. I think they're going to feel hard done by not to walk into the locker room tied 0-0. Starts from just the extra effort from Josh Perez, getting the best of Liam Doyle. And then how the ref misses this one is beyond me. It is clearly over the line. Chapman Page should be going to the corner flag to celebrate 2-2, get his goal on the year. But unlucky, ref does not see it, and that's how we end the half.
And look at the halftime stats. That shot total for Miami, including the shot on target, is really, really strong.
Yeah, as Miami, the half starts to go on, they start to find their footing, putting a lot of pressure on LA Galaxy 2. LA Galaxy 2 just so dangerous in transition. Preston Judd, just the way that he runs in behind, getting the better of Paco Craig on a couple of occasions. Paco and Callum need to have that good relationship to really stabilize this attacking power of LA Galaxy 2. And if you're Anthony Pulis, just the middle part of your play between Speedy Williams, Florin below. Josh Perez needs to get a bit more on the same page and the movement in between. All to play for this next 45 minutes. Really looking forward to how these both teams come out of the locker room.
So back here, FIU Stadium on the campus of Florida International University with Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks for joining us. Busy night of USL Championship action. There will be a substitution here at halftime. Michael Salazar will be coming off the pitch. Axel Picasso will be the one coming on. So a goal scorer coming out for LA Galaxy 2, but an experienced USL Championship player in Picasso comes on. Ready to get this second half underway. A warm night here in Miami. In Miami, trying to get this back level. They haven't been all that great at home this year. Haven't won in their last 6 games, just 2, 3, and 4 total on their home pitch. Will things go in their direction in the second half? Or will it be Los Dos to close out what would be a very important road win? It's a big game for both sides coming into play here tonight.
Bit of a tactical change for Johan Dame. Picasso's out-and-out winger. Going to set up on this right-hand side. Michael Salazar is mostly attack-minded. Striker, number 10 underneath player. Something to keep an eye on. Preston Judd as well. Going to be leading the line. Cause a very skillful 1v1. He's going to be going up against Aiden Stanley, so he needs to pick his moments and choose when he goes and when he stays. So something to keep an eye on the bottom of your screen, this battle between these two talented players.
Here's Ba. The low, shouldered off the ball. And by the youngster, Adrian Gonzalez. It's hard to believe that Miami has not beaten a Western Conference team in their history in the USL Championship, but trying to change that here tonight. Still a few more chances down the line for this Miami side against Orange County, Monterey Bay, and Las Vegas Lights throughout the season. Speedy Williams for Aiden Stanley. And here's Picasso, his first touch of the game. And here comes Axel Picasso. Still going. Picasso forces a save there out of Connor Sparrow, but that's promising there for the halftime substitute.
Loves to go 1v1 with players. Something you don't want to see if you're a Miami FC supporter. Just the real estate in front of Picasso will make you pay.
Picasso coming over from the Philadelphia Union Academy. This is his second year with the club. Left it over the top. Othello Ba. Chapman Page got stuck in there, and if he didn't make that touch, Cabral was off to the races.
This coming out of the break, Miami FC needs to be a bit more cleaner in their decision-making and passing. Too many passes, been a bit sloppy, especially in the middle third. It's asking for disaster when you have players like Preston Judd, who likes to run into real estate, gives you a lot of opportunity to be vulnerable when you have sloppy turnovers.
Velo went down away from the ball. Judd and Velo still going at it behind the play. As Miami brings it back the other way. The cross fizzled in and bouncing right towards Richard Sanchez. This is what happened down at the other end of the field.
Yeah, there's no foul there for me from Paco Craig. Gets the ball first, and then it just comes after the play. Maybe an exchange of words. A little kick out there from Preston Judd. Needs to be extremely careful on that.
Now that one's the one you have to be careful about.
Needs to be extremely careful now. You can see the extension of the arm catches Florian Velo. He gets away with on Preston Judd. Not to see the color yellow. Seen a lot worse given.
Well, anything up around the head area is always dangerous. I don't think there was enough there for that one, but always have to be careful in those situations.
Walking a fine line. That's a result, maybe a bit of frustration. Started off the half extremely lively in that first half. Didn't see much of the ball after that. It was all one-way traffic for Miami FC.
Los when they're winning at halftime, unbeaten in their last 9 games, 8 wins and 1 draw. Goes all the way back to last year. Their last loss when leading at halftime was against the Oakland Roots. You look at the bench for Miami FC tonight, plenty of game changers in terms of attacking players. Adonijah Reed, Pierre da Silva, Lamar Walker. Three very talented players. Could help out Miami if they are still trailing late on. This runs all the way through for Sanchez. Sanchez has to get rid of it. It is a foul that will go back to Miami FC. Cabral in a bit of disbelief. And here comes Preston Judd with Cabral running through the middle. The cross comes in, claimed by Sparrow. Anthony Pulis talked a lot about this Mosto side having possession in non-dangerous areas. And there's another coming together, Harvey and Murphy. It'll be a set-piece opportunity for Miami FC. And a yellow card to Harvey.
I was just about to say, Paco Craig sees yellow in that first half. I think the same way Carlos Harvey needs to see yellow. But it all comes as a result of this pocket play of Josh Perez. Just the body position, the way that he is able to break this line with his first touch right behind Hamza Barry, and then has the social whereabouts to put this ball in front of Kyle Murphy, who gets the better of Carlos Harvey. He pulls him down. I'll tell you what, if that ball is a little bit closer into the path of Kyle Murphy to be able to take that first touch, it's him and Richard Sanchez 1v1. But good interplay in the middle of the field from Josh Perez.
And it's Perez and Rivas who stand around this set piece. They want to go for goal here. Try to test Richard Sanchez. Of course, there's already been one set piece goal scored in this net so far tonight. Does Miami have a response? And it looks like this will just be the new man, Joaquin Rivas. His first game in a Miami FC shirt. Rivas strides up, and he wasn't far away, just over the bar.
And you can see what he's trying to do, Joaquin Rivas. Just bend this ball around the wall, set up nicely. Great view here from our camera crew. Just a bit too high and wide. He has a player that has that in his locker. Put that underneath that crossbar, find that upper corner.
Here's Perez. Perez! And fires it out of play. Went for glory himself.
I mean, you can just see how comfortable Josh Perez is in this second half, playing off of Kyle Murphy. Kyle Murphy is a number 9 that needs a number 10 underneath him to give that support, to have that creativity combination play. Josh Perez likes to go, like you said, Josh, for glory. Just gonna want that one back, a bit frustrated to put it over the bar.
Cabral trying to play it in behind. Picked up by Dunbar after Craig got the touch. Dunbar dancing on the ball. Lamb. Well, don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of the USL Championship action on ESPN Plus, the home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Plus.espn.com.
And it's better there from LA Galaxy too. Carlos Harvey realizing and understanding the inside run coming from Othello Balt to shift over and help Owen Lamb when he's caught out of position. Something that was lacking in that first half, but a good adjustment from the center back.
Player down for Miami. And it is Othello Ba.
You just see as he falls a bit awkwardly on that left ankle. Right there. Comes up a bit limp. Those are never fun, especially when you have your whole body weight, especially when you're turning. It's good to see him on his own power. It's been a lot better for Miami FC as of late. Last 5-10 minutes. Just playing between the lines. Something that was a bit disconnected was Josh Perez and Kyle Murphy as the number 10 and number 9 roles. Those two have to be on the same page at all times to have success going forward. I've seen a couple times already that those two have played off of each other. 1-2 touches, pulling players out of position. It's been really good understanding. Good, better second half showing from those two players.
No doubt the chances have increased for Miami. They're up near 2 expected goals, up over that mark, and LA Galaxy 2 at 0.37, but it's not about the expected goals, it's about the actual goals, and in that category, Los Dos lead 2-1. Segber's dancing forward. And Stanley, good recovery. Touched along, Stanley can look infield. Stanley's service runs through, and the shot by Rivas is fired out of play.
And I just talked about how good the rotation for LA Galaxy was on this right-hand side in their back line. This is the opposite. Aiden Stanley just gets a soft spot between Harvey, Picasso, Owen Lamb. It's a good run in from Kyle Murphy. As a striker, you always want to make that near post run, but I think it throws off Joaquin Rivas. Comes a bit too quick for him to put his body underneath that ball, send it upward, but good opportunity. He's going to want that one back, a bit frustrated and disappointed in the result. Joaquin Rivas, player that has the technical ability to put that on target.
Such an important player to get from FC Tulsa and Joaquin Rivas, who has scored 3 goals and has chipped in 1 assist so far in this 2022 regular season for Tulsa. He scored 30 USL Championship goals in his career. So has a decent track record there most of his time in the league with Tulsa. Lofted forward, it'll run all the way through for Richard Sanchez.
There has to be a point in time for LA Galaxy too. You can't be under this pressure for this whole second half. Looking at the players in the middle of the field, Hamza Berry, Adrian Gonzalez, Owen Lamb in the build-up phase. To put your foot on this ball, move the ball from left to right, get the confidence within the team, get your footing back. It's all been the confidence play of Miami, asking questions of pinning you back in your defensive half. It's been a bit better for the young boys in white.
Gonzalez under some pressure, but finds Doyle.
What that also is going to do is going to really push up Miami FC, commit a lot of numbers in their attacking unit, trying to force turnovers, which is going to leave a lot of real estate in behind, where you want a player like Preston Judd to be that movement, have that clever, and to come into feet, running behind. Here we go.
It's intercepted as Miami look forward. Here comes Othello Baugh, trying to get it on the return. It was too far, and now Sanchez grabs his cross.
You just see again Josh Perez really playing as that true number 10 role, being that combination play, that link-up player. And this time it's Othello Baugh who's been extremely lively on this left-hand side. And you get on that position of the field, on that byline. You always want to cut that back, not give your goalkeeper a chance, gets it wrong. Give credit to Richard Sanchez. Heads-up play from the LA Galaxy 2 goalkeeper.
Here's Stanley. Ball went down. It's enough for a free kick. Harvey got stuck there. And a chance for Miami again from a dead ball situation.
Needs to be extremely careful and disciplined in the challenges that he goes into. Carlos Harvey already on a yellow card. It's a good ball in from Speedy Williams that breaks a couple lines. Right on top of that 18-yard box. Although Othello Baugh is a bit quicker than the big center back in white. You can see the disbelief, the disagreement that it is a foul. It's a good opportunity again for Miami FC. Right on top of that 18-yard box. Good distance to put it up and over a wall, around the wall. A plethora of opportunities you can do here.
Rivas had the last chance. Looks like Velo and Stanley are around this one for Miami this time. It's a five-man wall. It'll be Stanley, and he skies it. Never really a chance there. And there will be a couple of subs. First up for LA Galaxy, Dante Campbell will be coming onto the field, replacing Adrian Gonzalez. He's been almost a super sub this year, Campbell. It's his 12th time coming off the bench and into a game this year, his 16th appearance on the season for Los Dos. There will also be two subs coming for Miami FC. It will be Othello Baugh coming off. And it will be Lamar Walker coming on. Pierre De Silva will be the other one, and Joaquin Rivas will make way.
Replaced by number 13, Lamar Walker.
So Walker, 3 assists so far this season for the 21-year-old Jamaican. As for Pierre De Silva, 2 goals and 2 assists. Trying to inject some fresh legs and also some quality into this side for the last 25 minutes. Not that there wasn't quality before, but that just shows you the depth that this Miami side has.
Up there, watch the eyes.
Your attention, fans, it's now last call.
Like-for-like substitutions for Anthony Pulis as Pierre De Silva is going to shift over to this left-hand side. Player that has a good left foot, can put in a dangerous situation ball. Really good on the dribble, 1v1, and Lamar Walker, very slippery on the right-hand side. You're going to see Pierre De Silva come inside, have that combination play between Josh Perez as well as Lamar Walker. So look for those two to be confident, connect their first passes, play themselves into this game. Like you said, Josh, just the depth of this Miami FC side.
And that bouncing out for a goal kick. And the USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project. The USL strives to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/foreverproud. is headed forward, and it was Murphy who was coming back from an offside position, couldn't make a play. One of 3 games going on across the USL Championship here tonight. I do want to look at the score in Pittsburgh between the Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Riverhounds. It's 5-1 to Tampa Bay.
Wow.
Laying a hurting there on Bob Lilly and Pittsburgh.
Talk about making a statement.
Here's Preston Judd trying to do just that now for Los Dos. Swing and a miss from Picasso. And Velo gets this out of play.
Push him in the back. Lamar. Keep going, Moss. Keep going, Moss. Keep getting down the side.
There's Campbell. It's touched out of play. Sparrow gets rid of that one. A bit of a stalemate at the moment. All 3 goals in the opening 16 minutes. And now it's Los Dos trying to hold on as we get into the latter stages. Here's Dunbar. Switches the point of attack for Owen Lamb. Lamb running at Stanley. Lamb sends the cross in. It was dealt with there by Paco Craig. De Silva was fouled from behind.
As Miami FC has had most of the possession in the second half, they have to be extremely careful. They're not caught in situations like that. A lot of numbers going forward for LA Galaxy 2. Starts on the left-hand side. Dunbar has the spatial awareness, the vision to pick out Owen Lamb, who's very good going forward, very comfortable going forward. So you're Paco Craig and Callum Chapman-Page in the center back pairing. You have to have a lot of communication, a lot of organization skills to talk to the players in front of them, to clog those players and not let that initial pass go through. And for Johan Demey and LA Galaxy 2, those are the situations you need to capitalize on as you're not seeing much of the ball. When you have the ball, you have to take care of it and make it count. Preston Judd hasn't had much to say in the second half. Looking for Cam Dunbar to come underneath and play that supporting player that we've seen time and time again through the electric winger. Remy Cabral on his way as well, come involved in the attack.
Here's Judd. Preston Judd scores! He did it all himself, like a hot knife through butter, and he delivers for LA Galaxy 2. It's 3-1 to Los Dos. And he may have taken the brunt of that challenge at the end as well. Another look.
And I just talked about LA Galaxy, when they get in these positions, they need to make it count. They're so dangerous going forward. That man right there, getting his 8th goal on the year. The skill, the quickness to be so clinical in the 18-yard box. You can see there's 3 players in blue, plus the goalkeeper that can't stop him. Little step over, drop of the shoulder, and then has the whereabouts on his left foot to find that bottom corner. Terrific individual brilliance there from Preston Judd. See how dangerous LA Galaxy and Johan Demey are on transition moments. 3-1, 20 minutes left.
It's his 8th of the season. It's his 5th in the month of June. And you see that wrap on his right arm. You wonder if he may have bumped that on the way down. Looks like there will be another substitution coming for Miami FC. Olu Akinyode is set to come on and will replace Florian Valo.
Your attention, please. Substitution for Miami FC.
Also sounds like Adonijah Reed will be coming on and replacing Kyle Murphy. So 2 subs here for Miami as they are now really up against it.
This is a substitution for your Miami FC. Leading the game, number 9, Kyle Murphy. Replaced by number 30, Adonijah Reed. In the 72nd minute.
Will also be Duhaney Williams coming on, and that will be the end of the night for Preston Judd. So his last touch of the game is that goal, and hope that that right arm is okay. As you can see the wrap on it. Didn't stop from scoring though.
Substitution for the LA Galaxy 2.
We see time and time again when players, when teams have the ability to really dictate tempo, to put themselves on the front foot of the game. We have that confidence coming out of the break. It's been all Miami. Sometimes there comes a sense of complacency. Lack of focus goes a bit down. The tempo's turned down. You don't feel comfortable as you have the ball. You think you really have this game with both hands in the grasp. It's a hard foul there from Hamza Barry. It's going to, time and time again, we see when they have that mentality, they're caught in transition moments. Preston Judd has the skill in his locker to punch you right in your mouth. And he gets his 8th on the year and puts his team up 3-1. This will be a bit frustration for Anthony Pulis.
We'll have another set piece just inside the midway line. It's Aiden Stanley.
Think about the 3 goals that LA Galaxy has scored. Very well taken. The free kick, the strike, the individual brilliance. Really mature showing from the boys in white.
It's lofted forward.
It's a lofted. Falls extremely nice. Dante Campbell. Olu knows what an opportunity that is.
From Miami FC, just does come all the way out. Would vault them right back into that playoff to Miami. And a yellow card is given.
Extremely careful the challenges that you go into, and just see how dominant, especially in their attacking half. Dangerous opportunities to put this ball in. Chapman Page.
Depth on that cross. There's the scoring summary if you're just in between. And that was in the 16th minute. Aside from that, everything has gone LA's way. Although when you look at the shots so far in this game, it is in favor of Miami FC. And they have no doubt had their chances. Their expected goals well up over 2. And the shots currently 16-6, 7 of those on target, and they'll look for more here. Pierre Da Silva, so good in these 1v1s. Gets end line and gets the cross away. It'll be a corner.
You're going to see a lot of this for Miami FC with the likes of Reed coming in for Murphy. You have Da Silva on this left-hand side, Walker on the right-hand side. Players that love to run in behind. Murphy's more of a target player you can play off of, have combination play, but Reed once again in behind, so you expect a lot of pace, a lot of movement, stretching the back line of LA Galaxy 2.
Adonijah Reed comes over to take it. Anthony Peel is preferring the in-swinger here. Curls it in, looking for that flick. Sanchez got a touch on it. Picasso trying to get it out. Lamb heads it clear. Just enough of a touch by the goalkeeper. And another foul. Picasso thought he was off to the races. When you look at some of the numbers so far in the attacking third for Miami, 25 touches in the opposition box to Los Dos' 12. And when you look at final third entries, it's 65-19. Just goes to show you how many more opportunities Miami has had to score, and they just haven't. Speedy Williams curls it in. Doyle up to head it clear. Now it's Lamar Walker. And play is stopped with an injured player and a head injury, which is why the referee stops it.
It's a good ball in. You give credit to Liam Doyle. Been extremely tight in his decision making, very clean when he goes up for a ball. I think Harvey just gets the worst of it. Something you don't want to see as a player. He's clutching his head.
Fans make tonight's event unforgettable and book the one and only Total Whistle. South Florida's favorite kingfisher is available for birthdays, festivals, school assemblies, youth sports rugby, and more. For rates availability, call 844.
As Miami FC is trying to call himself back into this game with 10 minutes left, I'm going to expect a lot of balls being pumped into dangerous situations, dangerous areas, whether it's through set piece opportunities, runs in behind. Expect a very direct tactical change from Anthony Pulis right there, telling his boys, we have to put the ball in the dangerous areas, really make this back line of LA Galaxy 2 very uncomfortable, which, by the way, they've been extremely good in their positioning. Something that Coach Pulis highlighted in our chat with him earlier this week, how organized they are. There was a point in that first half where they're getting breaking it far too easy. That man right there, Johan Demey, has really cleaned up the positioning and really clogged the middle, not giving any clear lanes for Miami FC to play through.
Harvey back on his feet here. Those look to still be in some pain. It'll be a drop ball to put this back into play. Here comes the cross. Down for Perez. Adonijah Reed. Touched along for Lamar Walker. Trying to get away from Drac, the deflection. And now a corner kick for Miami. And it looks like Walker wants to take this one quick. Now he'll run away from it. It'll be Aiden Stanley coming over to take it. Stanley serves, punched away by Sanchez. Coming that far off his line, he had to make it worth it, and he did. Reed, nothing doing. you can't watch the match, shown on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the XSM app. For a handball, and it will be given. Right in front of the LA Galaxy 2 bench. And it wasn't going to be an easy task for whoever stepped in for Junior Gonzalez at the helm of this Los Dos side, but oh, and there's a big challenge on the far side. It was Williams trying to turn the corner. Will be a yellow card on Chapman Page, and there's still some jawing.
And he does have the pace. Williams gets there before Chapman Page. Good touch around the corner. That is a reckless challenge. The first look, it looks like it comes in around his knee. Yeah, you see time and time again. That could be the color red. Both center backs for Miami FC, I think, are lucky at the moment to stay on the field. It's a bit of a reckless challenge. He's beaten. That right foot is coming. Very reckless and extremely high. Catches Williams.
This cross comes in and straight out of play. Yohan Demey has come in his first season here with Los Dos after time with FC Cincinnati. Was their interim coach on 2 occasions. Was an assistant coach, though, the better part of 4 years. It was not going to be easy coming in for Junior Gonzalez after what he had done here with Los Dos, but any coach you talk to, you talk about how tactically sound this LA side is, how fluid they can be in their formations, how well schooled they are. This is a coach that started coaching at the age of 16, and he has a bright future ahead of him, you'd think, the Frenchman.
Something I just even highlighted in the open that we don't see pretty much any team in this USL Championship is as they build out in a 3-back. Owen Lamb really pinches in as that double pivot next to Hamza Barry. Something you only see Bayern Munich do with Joshua Kimmich. High-level IQ from Yohan Demey. It really just shows from the boys, especially how they're able to adapt and pivot through tactical changes throughout the game.
Substitution coming. It's Adam Saldana coming on.
Leaving the game is number 48.
And it will be Hamza Barry to be replaced. Saldana in his 5th season with LA Galaxy. Just 1 appearance so far this season, and it was last week against Sacramento, but did make 18 appearances in MLS a year ago. And it looks like they might be changing this sub. Hamza Barry was the one supposed to be coming off. And he's saying maybe somebody else is injured. We should take that person off. Well, I guess they'll play on. They'll figure it out at the next stoppage, and Saldana will come on in a moment. Stanley or De Silva. And Reed was almost in, but Doyle came over defensively. It's a corner kick. Sounds like they were 1 number off. They want Cabral to be the one to come off. First, a corner kick. Reed to serve it in again. Had that initial flick, still not gone. Here's Lamar Walker. And a player down at the top of the area for LA. Cabral getting right back to his feet. He'll be coming off in just a moment. Cross lifted in. Reed. Not much time left. Is there enough for Miami to find 2 goals? Lofted forward again. Big collision. Chapman, Page, and Sanchez. And it will be a foul on the Miami FC center back.
And as you expect, a lot of quality and a lot of service from Miami FC. It's been a bit of lacking of the quality. Good idea from Perez. Put this ball in a dangerous area, have his big man go up and get it. When you put it up for so long in the realm of Richard Sanchez that we've seen time and time again in this game, he's not scared to come off his line. He's been extremely good and very confident in his decision making. You want to give your players a chance.
So now Saldana coming on for Remy Cabral.
Needs to be a bit more movement going forward for Miami FC. Too many players standing around, waiting for something to happen. You want to take the initiative and make something happen, whether it's Lamar Walker, Josh Perez, Reed, De Silva, players that have fresh legs. It's a handball there. And then if you don't make that initial run, and you don't get the ball, it's okay. You're creating space for another player to run into. You mean when we talk about how fluid the attacks are in their movement, playing off of each other, playing together, something that we haven't seen, which is very surprising. The talent that is on display right now for Anthony Pulis. The last 10 minutes, been a very stalwart front line, the legs and the pace that they have.
Stanley will send this in. Harvey turns it away.
Your attention, please.
It will be 6 minutes of added time at the end of this second half. So plenty of time left to go. Miami just looking for anything at this point. They've had so many opportunities tonight. Reed commits the foul. Their expected goals well over 2 at this point. LA Galaxy 2 under 0.5 at this point. And yet it is completely flipped around.
It's a good idea here from Reed. There needs to be a secondary movement off of him. He pulls out a center back, which is Carlos Harvey. It is a foul. If you really want to be nitpicking, there's a lot of space next to Liam Doyle. So if you're Lamar Walker, Pierre De Silva, you have to understand and play off of your striker. You pull the center back out wide. There's a big gap in the middle of the defense for LA Galaxy 2. You want to vacate that place, occupy that space. And play to play off of you, play in between lines. What I'm talking about, you're not able to run off of each other, move for each other. Give credit to Carlos Harvey to come across. Feels any type of contact is going to go down. Very clever play from the center back.
Here's Drac, the game's first goal scorer. He puts it straight out of play. Well, Miami's home winless run would go to 7 if they can't score a few goals here. And their winless run will go to 5 games. It'll be just 1 win in their last 9. So a real tough patch here for Miami FC and Anthony Pulis as they still sit level on points with Miami for the last playoff spot. Goal difference will have them still below Indy 11 before Indy 11's game tonight against San Diego Loyal.
And again, you can see the lack of movement, making your center back come up, show a bit of skill, which he does has a quality to foul there. But it shouldn't come to that if you're Miami FC. You don't want your center back to push up into the attack, have to dribble around a couple players. You want that movement in front to create space, but give credit to Reed. Good, clever first touch around the corner. Catches Liam Doyle flat-footed. It's an opportunity here. We've had a lot of them, Miami FC, but just haven't made them count. Whether it's Rivas, whether it's Stanley.
We'll see who decides to stand over this for Miami. Joshua Perez, Lamar Walker. Like the early options here. Perez will strike right into the wall. Walker another chance. Out wide for Perez as this comes in right towards Sanchez. And another player down for LA Galaxy 2 with about 90 seconds to go. But in terms of the result, that should pretty much do it.
Oh, he's joking. Surely he's joking.
Not fun being in the wall, but something you need to do. You can see just a couple steps back. You can just tell us the pace that Joshua Perez hits this with. But he is a fighter, he is a warrior. He's a leader in this back line, Liam Doyle. Been extremely good in his positioning as well. I'll tell you what, Miami FC, they do have a lot of attacking powers and attacking talent as well. Give credit to the center backs and the outside backs for Johan DeMay, Josh Drack, Liam Doyle, Carlos Harvey, Owen Lamb. Their positioning has been spot on, helping each other, making life extremely hard. Going back the other way for Miami FC. Really clever, really mature performance from Los Dos.
To come all the way on the road, and the winless run against the Western Conference will continue for Miami FC as they still search for that first win. But for Los Dos, this is a very good 3 points coming all the way east, one of the longest trips they will make this season. And it looks like it will be 3 points and 3 goals tonight. Long over the top, run for Lamar Walker. Touchdown to play. Throw in comes Reed, back for Walker. Speedy Williams, Olu Akinyode. Now Aiden Stanley. They're just waiting on the referee's whistle. Maybe one more attack here for LA. Campbell. Here's Lamb. And that's the final whistle.
Your final score.
LA Galaxy 2 come all the way to Miami in the Sunshine State and take the full 3 points off of Miami FC. 3-1 winners, and a resounding win tonight for Yohan Dame and Los Dos.
Really impressive win from Los Dos. Let me see, to come across country against a very talented Miami FC side, have a game plan and perfect it. Terrific win for the boys in white. For Anthony Pulis, a bit of frustration. You had good opportunities, just need to clean that thing up in the final third, make those things count.
So that'll do it here tonight from Miami. The goals, they were all spectacular from Los Dos, and they get 3 goals and 3 points. We'll come back and wrap things up from FIU Stadium. It finishes Miami FC 1, LA Galaxy 2, 3.
Some people think Miami is just flamingos and palm trees.
And hell yes, we have badass sunsets.
But Miami's Little Havana,
Doral,
Little Haiti,
Hialeah,
Wynwood, Coconut Grove,
Kendall,
Calle Ocho, Sweetwater, Homestead,
cortaditos y coladas
empanadas y croquetas.
is so much more. This is a 305.
This is who we really are. This is what we are all about.
I am Latino.
I'm a disruptor.
I am LGBTQ.
I am a villain.
I am a mother.
I am Haitian.
I am an athlete.
I am an activist.
I am a king.
I am American Dream.
I am the future.
I am
Miami FC.
Well, it's a 3-1 win for LA Galaxy 2 tonight. A tough one to take for Miami FC as they continue this winless run that is now up to 5 games, just 1 win in their last 9. Our Help Is Live full-time highlights start in the 6th minute, and an interesting decision from the referee. Just be yellow card to Paco Craig, and then Josh Drack would step up.
And then he steps up and makes no mistake, just puts it open over the wall. A lot of English, a lot of pace, too much power for Connor Sparrow to open up the scoring within 10 minutes. And then this time it's Cameron Dunbar getting in behind Mark Segbers. Far too easy, too much space to pick up his head. You can see the lack of defending for Miami FC is going to be a bit troublesome for Anthony Pulis. Michael Salazar, you can't hit this any cleaner. Takes the deflection off Aiden Stanley, throws Connor Sparrow off, but it's 2-0 to the races for LA Galaxy 2.
And then in the 16th minute, Miami would get its lone goal on the night, if you can believe that. Rivas would set up Murphy.
And I think what you said, Josh, if you believe it, just so much power and talent they have going forward. You can see Rivas does extremely well to get by Drac. Liam Doyle is unable to clear it. Falls nice to Kyle Murphy, and he makes no mistake about it. And you thought here, if this call goes for them, this game really changes. Warren Velo puts his ball in the dangerous area. Callum Chapman-Page and him and Richard Sanchez coming together. The ball is over the line. It should be a goal, should be given a goal. We see clearly missed call from the referees. Frustration there from the center back. He feels hard done by.
And then the 70th minute, this would be the finisher. Preston Judd, of course, to score to be his final touch of the game.
We just talked about how good Los Dos is in transition moments when they don't have much of the ball, but when they have on the ball, they make it count. This man, 8 goals on the year, takes it upon himself, eludes 3 Miami FC defenders, beats Connor Sparrow to his near post, and that's all she wrote. 3-1 to Los Dos and 3 points in the bag going back to the West Coast.
Triple the amount of shots, double the amount of shots on target, but Los Dos triple the amount of goals.
And if you're Miami FC and Anthony Pulis, it needs to be better in the final third, especially as that number 10 position. You can see there was a bit of glimpses of it, of Josh Perez playing with Kyle Murphy, but too much and too often not on the same page. The likes, there's too much talent not to get this thing right. for Los Dos and Johan DeMay. You have to be extremely happy. Just the togetherness, the performance put forth by your young squad to get a really good win and walk back to the Western Conference.
So that'll do it for our coverage tonight from FIU Stadium in Miami. A tough one to take for Miami FC, but it was a fantastic 3 points for Los Dos. For our entire crew and broadcast partner, Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long. It finishes Miami 1, Los Dos 3. Still more action across the USL Championship on ESPN+. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.